迎收看楚桃金嘴，楚桃金嘴，我是楚儿。Welcome to my channel. Welcome, Najee.
Thank you for having me.
Let me ask you something. You are not Californian.
Nah, I'm originally from South Carolina, which is like in the South, but also in the East part of the United States. Yeah, so I'm only in San Francisco for school.
How long you've been in San Francisco?
I've been here for about 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah, it will be 2 years on August 21st. So yeah, 2 years.
The reason you came here just for school?
Yeah. After I graduated undergrad, I graduated in 2019, and then obviously the pandemic kind of happened like the year later.
Yes.
But during that time, I was trying to find grad programs. I auditioned through this program called URTAs.
Yes, kind of a union.
Something like that. Yeah.
这么有默契。
And like they just have a bunch of grad programs from like within the country. There's some in like London and whatnot,
including NYU or the
sometimes. Yeah, some of the big schools are there, but like it's like they'll be there every other year. It just really depends on how many actors they need for their program.
Yes.
Because some programs are like, oh, we'll take 6 to 10 for a cohort, or some will say we only need 5. So it's super competitive, but also it was like a good experience. Auditioned the first time and I didn't get any callbacks, but then the second time I auditioned, I got several callbacks from different programs and schools, but some of the programs wasn't offering like what's it called, your master's. So I couldn't get my master's at this program, and Academy Art was the first one to like reach contact with me and actually like talk to me. So I was like, yeah, this is where I'm going to go.
How's the URTAs work? Is it on Zoom or in person? Because it's during the pandemic, right?
So the first one was in person. They just chose like central locations. So it was either in LA, Chicago, or New York. And you would just go to, you know, the date when they would host that.
Which city you went to?
I went to New York, which I kind of regret.
It's more closer.
It's closer to me, but I went to New York in January. And it's like snowy, super cold. It's like when you look up in the sky, you just feel like you're in a snow globe.
Yeah. That is your first time to went to New York for audition?
Yeah, for audition, yes.
But for traveling?
But just for traveling, no, because I have family there. The second time was on Zoom, so that was honestly like the harder audition because, you know, you're waiting the whole time and they had you queued in line. So you had to have like the link alive the whole time, just kind of have it on mute in the background while you're just trying to like stay prepared and stay ready while there's like 15 to 20 different people like watching you audition this or like the higher ups.
In the same Zoom.
Yeah, same Zoom. And funny story, actually. So when I auditioned on Zoom for my second audition, the laptop I had at the time was very...
Poor?
It was more than poor. It was shitty. Like it would glitch in and out. The storage was weird. The camera wasn't good quality. So I borrowed my friend's laptop to use as a backup. So I had to log into my audition. So when it was my time to go,
nervous.
Yeah, I was worrying about that in the back of my mind, but like I knew I had the backup ready in there, so it wasn't like I wasn't trying to stress myself out and lose composure. Because it was my second time doing this, and I'm just like, I cannot wait another year. So during the audition, when it was my time to go, my laptop started being weird. Like after I got, because we had to do 2 monologues, one contemporary and one just. Classic. So you could have did something else. It didn't have to be classic, but it just had to not be the same as the first one. So if you were doing like a comedic monologue, then you need to do a dramatic one. So I just kind of kept it classic. So because I'm theater trained, so I'm used to like classical stuff as well.
Shakespeare?
Yeah. After I got done with my first monologue, it started freaking out my laptop. So like they couldn't hear me and they couldn't see me. So the last thing I said was like, hey, oh, I have it, you know, because they saw that I was logged in twice. And I was like, oh, I have it on a second laptop, you know, if you don't mind, would you like me to start from the top? It was like, yeah, sure, do that. So did my first monologue again. Then I finally got to my second monologue. And what actually got me, I feel like, into Academy Art was, you know, Jana.
Oh, it's Jana.
Yeah, Jana was the one watching. Jana and Melissa. And Jana like complimented me on how composed I was as like, you know, pretty much not like exploding or not freaking out that like the technology thing wasn't going my way. So that kind of helped me in the long run. Yeah. The longer and weird process, my second audition, but I'm glad it got me to where I'm at.
In person during the URTA, there are representatives there in person.
Yeah, there's like pretty much all like their heads of the department or whoever just runs that department were there. So you had schools from like University of Florida, University of Tennessee, several actually other Florida schools outside of University of Florida. You got some schools from Ohio. I think there was a University of Houston was there, a couple LA schools, and some first time programs. But yeah, they were all there. And so you were all in the room with other folks auditioning as well. Like they would just call you out one at a time, but in between that time, you're just chilling with the rest of the folks like that are there for auditions.
Cool. After your second time, campus keep in touch with you, then you finally chose the Academy of Art.
Yeah, it was all like on the same day process too. So like, if I can remember, I believe it's started like around 9 or 10 a.m. And so you do like your introductory stuff, you know, what you need to know, what links you need, requirements and things like that. And yeah, after that, that's when you're put in queue. And then after you do your audition, you're put like back into like waiting, and then the auditions get over, then they come to Zoom, and then they kind of like deliberate for a little bit, like for the people who like coming to see the auditions to like find out who they're going to send callbacks to. And the callbacks weren't like standard acting callbacks. They were essentially like a second interview. So they would just invite you to those separate groups for whatever school chose you for a callback, and then they would just tell you about the program and then
offer you something benefits for you.
At the moment, no. So like they won't offer you until like after the event is over, because it's part of like the rules. So they're just there to tell you about it, and like they definitely have an interest in you, but they can't officially like say, hey,
we can give you this,
apply here, so we can go ahead and like submit you. So yeah, they just tell you about the program and you
the school environment, education,
and then you get the time to ask questions to these people as well.
After that, they will send you a confirmed mail.
Yeah, the first school to hit me up was Academy of Art University. I remember there was a Atlantic Acting School, Stella Adler Acting School, and there was another one, I want to say, in Portland, Oregon. But with those 3 programs, it was just like acting programs. I wouldn't have been able to get my master's.
That's different.
Yeah.
Only a program, but you won't get a certification.
Like you'll have a certificate, like a piece of paper at the end of the program that says you did this program, but
it's not a graduate.
Yeah, it's not like a school. It's like it's an actor studio. Yeah.
But they are school.
They're in like the same group with the schools because it's an acting school, but it's not like a school. Like it's not a university, it's not a college.
Got it. So only the Academy of Art University have a whole program and a degree.
Yes. And there were 2 other schools that, you know, I could have went and got my master at. It was a University of Missouri, which is located in the South, but also Oklahoma City University. And their program was a first time program because Oklahoma, that's the Midwest of the United States. Yeah, but their program wasn't in Oklahoma. It was a 2-year program. And
MA?
Oh no, it was still MFA. But it was a 2-year program, and the first year would have been in Los Angeles, and the second year would have been in London. So I did an interview with them like after URTAs and all that, but after like doing the interview, there's just a few things I'm just like, I didn't want to feel like a test dummy for like, their first time in this program.
Yes, exactly.
Like it sounded good, but also I ended up getting like waitlisted for them, which was whatever to me, because by that time I already decided I was coming to the Academy of Art.
And maybe the resources from that is not really complete.
And too much moving, like being in LA for 1 year, then
not efficiency.
Yeah. Now I gotta have a year-long visa to be in London. Yes.
London.
Like, so yeah, it was interesting process. It's kind of tiring. Like I think I didn't get done that day until like 10:30 at night. So I was just like on Zoom for pretty much most of that day.
Welcome to Academy of Art.
Yeah.